welcome back. So today we're going to do a really cool song. This is one of my favorite new bands. I think they came out around 2016 or so. It's called Los Stellarians. It's not a very well-known band, but they have a lot of great musicians in this band. I saw them live last month in October, and man, they absolutely crushed it. I mean, they had a full-blown horn section. They had a saxophone player, trumpet player, trombone player, guy that played flute. They had a percussion player on top of a drummer, 2 guitar players, a singer, and it's just a great band, great vibe. If you like any of that kind of like ska music, reggae music, or any kind of that funky soul Prince type of stuff, these guys do that really, really well. It's just the kind of music that makes you want to groove and move and dance, and I love that kind of stuff, and I love this type of guitar playing. Alright, so the song is going to start out, we're going to go A major, E major, B major. There's a lot of different ways you can fret these and play these. I just kind of like to have them change the voicing so the song has some movement. So we're going to play around with this B major triad and move it around in some places. He kind of does this once or twice throughout the verse, but I kind of just make it a constant thing and play it every other time. But we're going to have A major, alright, so we're going to start out, I kind of do this down up scratch rhythm, and then you'll do a down up on the A major. So I have 7 on D, 6 on G, bar B and E on 5, do a down up scratch, and then hit down up on the A major, and then give it another smack with the down hit. Alright. And then you just kind of give it another upstroke, or another down hit, and another mute. And you can kind of play around with it. You can give it some extra bounces if you want, and do that kind of thing. They don't do that on the record, but you can just play around with it however you want, right? It's basically, you just do a down up scratchy after you do a down up on the chord, and then give it a down hit, right? Boom, ba ba bum, ba ba boom, ba ba bum, ba bum. That's going to be the groove, okay? Then we're going to walk down E major. Now, over the years, I've changed the way I play these. You know, I used to kind of bar them, but when you're playing up at a faster tempo, that gets in the way, right? It's hard to go from here to here to here to here. And then you could play the D shape, just play that, but then you're not getting in the fullness of that D note, and it takes more to switch that to that shape, right? So I just stay exactly here and just move that down and just change the fingering of my middle finger. And it's much easier to move throughout these progressions when you fret that way. So after you go from your A major, 7, 6, 5, 5, we're going to have 6 on D, bar G, B, and E on 4, and have your middle finger on 5 on the B string. That'll give you your E major. Alright, it's actually your first inversion with G sharp on the bottom. Okay, then we're going to go to B major. Now you can play this, like I said, I mean you could bar it. You can play it like a triad on G, B, and E, which is what I normally do. But on this one, I just wanted it to sound more full and even with the D string in there. So I'm just going to play D, G, and B with my middle ring and pinky finger on the 4th fret, and then have my index finger on the 1st fret on the high E string. Alright, again, it just makes it easier to move down this progression instead of having to bar. Right? So that'll be your first part. And when you get to this B, you're just going to repeat that down, up, down. Alright, and then you just go back and repeat A, E to B. And this time when we get to B, we're going to walk up and play 2 different B major triads walking up the neck. So we'll have, alright, I just changed the rhythm there. I kind of always play this differently when I play it. But when you get to this B major, we're going to walk up from 4, 4, 4, 1, then play your B major up here on 9 on D, 8 on G, bar B and E on 7. Then we'll walk up to our another B major triad. We'll have 13 on D, bar G, B, and E on 11. Have your middle finger on 12 on the B string. Alright, this one you'll have your E flat as in the bass. Alright, so you'd have and I just do a down up on the first B, then do a down up scratch, and I just give this one little punch. I just give that one little stab before I go back to the regular progression, right? So you have Alright, that just keeps repeating over and over and over. It does it a bunch. And then there's this little breakdown in the middle of the verse, right? When he starts talking about something with brand new kicks, you'll have a... Alright, I didn't play that in the intro because it kind of just stops everything and I couldn't change the drum loop. So when you walk down, you'll have A to your E, and when you get to B, alright, you'll just have... You just kind of hit it, get a bit of mute, then hit it on the 2 and the 4. You're playing a little bit ahead of the beat, right? Then walk back up to your E, give it a triplet, a down, up, down. And then just, you know, hit it twice on the B string. So you have... Okay, then it'll just start repeating that whole chord pattern again. Okay, and then that'll keep going, and the only other change is kind of this bridge part, right? There'll be two guitars going on. They're playing the same chords, but one is doing the funky down-up stroke. One's doing that, and the other one is just straight playing like a one kind of strum with like some tremolo, some kind of vibrato on it, you know. Just doing that stuff, right? So you just have the bridge part will just be A major, 7-6-5-5. You just give it that straight kind of muted down hit and then a down up. Then we're going to go up to C sharp minor, have 11 on D, bar G, B, and E on 9. Then we're going to walk down 2 frets, we're going to play B major, 9 on D, 8 on G, bar B and E on 7. Now on this one I kind of play around with it and do some more like kind of hoppy reggae stuff. But you can just play it straight, it doesn't matter. The recording, they just play it pretty straight. Then to get back to the one chord of A major, we're just going to walk it down chromatically from B major to B flat major to A major. Have 9 on D, 8 on G, bar B and E on 7, that'll be your B major. Take the same shape down to 8-7-6-6, that'll be your B flat major. Then take it down another half step, 7-6-5-5, back to your A major. Okay. So getting in, and that's all you're going to do, right? So it's going to do that like 3 times. It'll just keep doing the... And the third time, they'll throw in kind of this... this F minor 7, they'll go from A to C sharp minor to B major, and then he'll walk up and he'll play this F minor 7, right? So then you'll go up, bar all of the 9th fret from A down, and have 11 on D and 10 on B, and then from here you're going to go back to A major, okay, then back to C sharp minor, and then to B major. Okay, and then it ends there and it goes back to the verse. Okay, so that last part of the bridge you'll have it back into the verse. Alright, so that's the whole tune. That's everything that's going on. It's a great song for your rhythm. It's at 82 beats a minute, or not 92 beats a minute. If you want to make a loop, play along to it. But it's just great for working on that right hand stuff and just working on moving your triads up and down the neck. And it's just a really fun song, right? Anyway, man, yeah, that's all it is. It's at 92 beats a minute. Like I said, if you want to make a drum loop, play along. And that's it. Just practice slow, have fun. I'll see you next time.
Wanna kill it back and down on the plains. The mass and the bang is a barrel to a poor man sleeping on the pavement with no way to pay rent.